What's up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. Guys, we have a 2005 Bill Elliott Coors Dodge Charger in the studio today. One of my favorite diecasts from 2005. Let's go ahead and check it out. All right, folks. What an amazing freaking diecast we have in the studio today, guys. I mean, look at this paint scheme. It's a throwback to the 80s Bill Elliott car. And this will make you feel very old. This paint scheme ran in 2005, right? It's throwing back to the 1980s when Bill Elliott drove the Coors number 9 car. This car is closer to the 1980s than we are to it. Think about that for a second. Yeah, I know. Crazy. So this was a kind of a one-off deal for Bill Elliott, I believe. He ran the Daytona 500 in this car, which was actually fielded by Chip Ganassi Racing. He did some starts for like Evernham and whatnot throughout the mid-2000s, but this was just such an iconic diecast, man. And technically, if it only ran once, this is a little bit of an inaccurate diecast because it was ran with the plate body, right? So even though this kind of has a 1.5 mile style diecast mold, it was ran with the plate body. One of my favorite diecasts to be released from 2005. It did come on a base. I've had this diecast literally for probably 20 years now, almost. I can't remember if it was an early release or a late release, but I wanted it, and so thankful I could get it. Yes, it's got a lot of it's got a lot of paint chips on there because this was the only 39 die-casts I had in my Gen 4 collection, so it got a lot of use, unfortunately. But you know, this is back before Ryan Newman drove the 39. It's got Coors right there on the hood of the die-cast. They were sponsoring Sterling Marlin in 2005. Coors Light was, so it was kind of like, hey, we're already sponsoring one of the Ganassi cars. Let's just bring Bill Elliott over and have an awesome throwback race. Or, you know, event for them. So you got Charger right there in the front of the diecast. Got number 39 with the Dodge logo. And I love how the gold stripe ties in perfectly to the kind of the crosshair style grill of that Dodge Charger, man. I freaking love that. Got Goodyear Moog, Clevite, Comp, Edelbrock, I almost said Sunoco. It's J.E. Wicks, then Sunoco. You can see a lot of dirt and grime. I'm kidding. That's actually, scrapage. Again, this was a heavily used car, man, unfortunately. But it's one of my favorite ones. I wanted to do a diecast review on it. And yes, the gold on the car is metallic printed. They did an unbelievable job with this diecast, man. One of the most iconic paint schemes of the 1980s. And for them to put it on a 1/64 scale diecast was shocking to me. Because I want to think this is the only 39 car to be released at the 1/64 scale that ran at Chip Ganassi. They had like some one-off starts. I think 2004 they had Scott Pruitt in one of the 39 cars. Maybe some other ones I'm forgetting. But my point is, I think this is the only 39 Chip Ganassi car to be released in the mid-2000s, which if you like to collect diecasts of every different number, this would be one of them you would absolutely want. Check out some of the sponsors here. So you got Coors Light right there, which just looks really cool. You got the old school Coors logo. I'm not sure if on the real car it kind of goes over that side window because they do allow that. Like Craven's Tide car, if you look closely, it kind of goes over the side window. So I'm not sure if they allow that on this paint scheme. But you got Microsoft. Microsoft on a Bill Elliott Coors Dodge Charger. I've seen it all. I'm kidding. Got Dodge right there. Some other smaller contingencies you have. I'm not sure what the heck jack post that is. I don't know what that is. Got the number 39, kind of a retro font. I think this is the same font they used for Scott Pruitt, but it just has a retro vibe to it, to be honest with you. Got Nextel Cup Series. Naturally, they didn't put the Bud Pole Award, even though the car came on a base with it. This was from the Winter Circle line, too. I don't know if they got a standard action release. You know, it came in the little plastic clamshell, but I know this one is a Winter Circle diecast. Got Goodyear, MB&A, Ray Bastos, USG, Holly, EA Sports. Shame it wasn't on the EA Sports game, NASCAR 06. That would have been really cool. 3M Autometer, get the Bill Elliott signature. NASCAR race car. You got Target. That is awesome. You got Haviland. I'm not sure. Is that Prilosec OTC? Could be tripping on that one. I see Snap-on and Dodge. I need to get some Jamie McMurray mid-2000s diecasts in the studio because one of my favorite teams from 05, 06, 04 Chip Ganassi Racing. I don't know why, but I just love the Ganassi cars in the Gen 4 era. So this is the back panel of the car. The spoiler looks absolutely destroyed, but it's actually a pretty easy fix. 1/64 scale spoilers are actually the easiest thing to fix. The things that are not easy to fix is like this corner panel here. I got Coors right there, Dodge, got pretty pixelated Chip Ganassi logo, but that's what it's supposed to say. I think it's supposed to say Coors Light Chip Ganassi Racing with Felix Sabates, something like that. That's what the logo showed on the 1/24 scale. That'd be a cool diecast review, by the way. They made a 1/24 for it, too. Got number 39 there. Go to the right side of the diecast, and I guess you could just, say it's a raced version, because it's got a lot of wear and tear. You can see the little window is popped in here on the side. I don't know if the car was stepped on or not, but you can see kind of like this whole window area is kind of funky. But what a beautiful paint scheme. And the fact that they got the original sponsor for Bill Elliott is just so freaking cool, man. Go to the top of the diecast, and again, the gold outlining to the numbers. Look at the deck lid, man. That is so retro and so cool. But it's crazy to think that this was, in 2005, they're throwing it back to like the mid-'80s or whatever. And that was 20 years ago. Congratulations, we're in 2025, so that means we are literally, we are further away from the this diecast than the diecast is to the original paint scheme. It's just mind-boggling to me. Because to me, I remember, getting these cars back in the 2000s. I got Coors right there on the deck lid. But another thing about these mid-2000 Dodge Chargers is the plastic has usually yellowed on a lot of these. For whatever reason, this one's actually in pretty good shape. I don't really, obviously I see scratches, but I don't see any yellowing, which is really, really good. So great job, Action Winner Circle, with that one. One thing that always kind of bugged me, though, with these Dodge Charger 164s from Action Winner Circle is the exhaust panel. I don't know if any of y'all ever noticed this, but when you roll the cars on the floor, this exhaust panel here drags against the ground. Like, I don't know if I could demonstrate it here, but basically you can just feel just a little bit of friction. And what happens is that, let me get the camera to focus here. There we go. We went back to like 1400s quality. But you can see how much clearance the wheels have. I mean, it's almost like it's an off-roader, right? So when that diecast is on the ground, the wheels are compressed. Well, you can see this rear wheel actually goes above that exhaust piece. So when it's on the ground, it's actually, the ground is actually hitting this as the tires are rolling slightly. So I'm not really sure if that's a factory flaw, like, a design flaw. Maybe they didn't realize it till they already mass produced it. I don't know. But that's the only Action Winner Circle diecast that I can remember that did that, was the mid-2000s Dodge Chargers. Maybe the 07, but for whatever reason, that's the only one. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to talk about some more Dodge Charger diecasts from 05 that I just absolutely love. If you look at all the different diecasts that have came out in 2005, there is so many different unique number ones. They have the number 91 Bill Elliott car. I think it was the Stanley Tools car. Then you got KCK, and then you had, which was in the 9 car. You had Jeremy Mayfield in the 19 car, right? Then you have all the Ganassi cars. Jamie McMurray in the 42. You had Marlin in the 40, right? And then you had, was it Casey Mears still in 05? I think it was Casey Mears. You had him in the 41 car. Now you have this one right here, Bill Elliott in the 39 car. So now you have like 8 or 9 Dodge Chargers in your field. And if you wanted to get creative, there's a bunch of Busch Series diecasts. You had like the Jamie McMurray 64 cars, and then you have like the Rusty Wallace racing cars. There was so many great Dodge Charger paint schemes, and I'm probably forgetting a boatload of them. Oh yeah, the Penske ones, but you see, okay, so in 2005, they had the Rusty Wallace. So yeah, they had those, so add the number 2 car, and then you have to add in, of course, Ryan Newman. But did Ryan Newman get an action release in 2005, or was he still at Hot Wheels? I think he was Hot Wheels and Team Caliber exclusive in 05. I could be tripping on that. Anyways, my point is, is that there is so many great diecasts for the 164 collector from '05 that have this amazing Dodge body to it. And this was the first year of it, because '04 they had the Dodge Intrepid. So just a little bit of nostalgia to mix up your day. Thank you again for watching the video. Have a blessed one. Diecast Buffet signing off.